Hey there, today we are looking at some interesting benefits of barefooting. But before I go into the contents of today's video, I'd like to let us understand that on this channel, we try to do the unusual. And what is the unusual all about? The unusual to the extent that we try to help you to correct your medical issue. Unlike other kind of, practice where you are given a medication, for instance, you are given a lens to actually, you would think that you are correcting your vision, but you are actually managing it. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because when you are given a lens that has a specific kind of magnification, you realize that as time progresses, you would have to increase your magnification. So you would have to magnify, or let's say you would have to magnify your glass, your lens, to be able to see vividly. And that is not actually correcting, that is actually managing. And so on this channel, we try to tell you the things you can put in place, the measures and the processes that will give you, of course, a good life. Taking into consideration people with diabetes, people with hypertension, you realize that most of the medicines out there, these medicines are actually going to manage the situation. They are not going to treat, they are not going to cure it. They are not going to, actually correct it. They are going to manage the situation. But on this channel, we give you the necessary information that will help you to, be more sensitive about dieting and other stuff. And that is really going to help you. So let's go straight into today's video, even as we are talking about some amazing benefits of barefooting. All right, so going down to the content of today's video, I want us to learn something about the foot. The foot of a man, of course, a normal person has 26 bones, 33 joints from 19 different muscles, and that makes this part of the body become a complex part of the human body, and that is supporting movements and also, or allowing movement and also supporting the entire body weight. So quick one of the problems that we would have to watch is the shoe that we would have to wear. The shoes that we wear are unnatural and they compress the toes. So imagine wearing a very pointed shoe. Looking at the images around, you see, wearing a very pointed shoe, what is it going to do? It's going to suppress your toes. And when it happens like that, it is not good for your feet. It is actually going to compress your toes and create a lot of issues, with your gait, with your muscles, with your balance, with your calves, with the feet, and that translates up to the knees. So I'm going to say this, that wearing shoes would increase one's risk of getting knee pain and low back pain due to the altered dynamics of your feet. So here's the point. Your foot is supposed not to lose communication with the ground, and shoes make you not to have that communication with the ground. Wearing a high heel is even the worst of the whole thing. You can just imagine how long it is. And so maybe per the job you do, you would have to always dress very official. You have to be, you have to dress the way we're talking about, shoes and all that. Of course, you need to wear footwears that are very comfortable to relax your toes, so that a footwear that I'm showing an image here, you can get this kind of footwear. Actually, this footwear looks quite funny, and people don't actually know why they should wear this. They think that this is not official, but it's going to help your toes, and that is automatically going to help your knees, your low back, and it's going to give you good movements, and it's going to avoid all kinds of joint pains and all that. So the pair of shoes you wear is very important, and for this kind of footwears are very good to contain your feet, to actually give it a proper communication to the ground, and that is not going to affect the dynamics. Now let's take a look at something quickly, even as we are looking at these images. Here's what wearing the wrong type of shoe can actually do. It may cause the reduction of range of motion. Yeah, I talked about it. It will also increase the temperature of your feet because it's actually squeezing it. It's going to create knee adduction, and that is the knee tends to go inwards, and that can throw off the dynamics of the knee. And when it happens, it is going to increase the risk of knee pain. Also, your Achilles tendon becomes more stiff, and that is the tendon in the back parts of your lower ankle, and that will affect your ability to move and play sports. Like me, that I really want to do, run and athletics. I'm very athletic and all that, so I really have to be very careful about that. If you are also into sport and all that, you have to be very careful. It can also reduce your circulation and can also shorten your calf length by creating atrophy of your muscles in your calf. From one study that I chanced on, if your heel is greater than 5 centimeters and you wear this high heel for over 2 years, there's a significant reduction in your size of your muscle and the strength of your calf muscle. So you see, the longer you wear this kind of shoes, you lose the strength of your body foundation, because the ankle bone connects to the knee bone, to the hip bone, and of course it just keeps going on like that. So I'm going to recommend 2 things. The first one, you need to get a more comfortable footwear that is going to give you enough space of your toes, and it's also going to give you enough foundation of your feet to the ground, and that is really going to help. If you go for these pointed kind of shoes, you are going to be in trouble in the future. Yeah, so we would have to consider our health, even as we're also thinking of fashion and all these things. Wear comfortable shoes that you can actually have a very good communication with the ground. There are some shoes you wear, it's like you are sitting on a horse. You wear and you are just jumping like that. Yeah. Second one that I'm going to be talking about is try to walk on your barefoot. Be barefooting by you can walk in dry sand and on grass land. It is really going to help. This has 2 reasons, because you are getting a good communication with your feet and the earth, and also there are minerals inside the earth that in a way is able to link up with the elements in your foot, according to Chinese medicine. And so Chinese people have a therapy of sometimes walking barefoot, and it's found to be very effective, even as you are dealing with low back pain, knee pain and all that. So you will need to also consider that. But aside that, you also get some benefits from walking on barefoot. That is, your toes will get a chance to spread and not squeeze. There's going to be more communication with the ground. Even as I said it earlier, there's going to be a decreased load on joints, and there's going to be a more room for movement. There's going to be more stability and balance. So this brings us to the end of today's video. If you like this content, kindly subscribe to this channel. You can leave in a comment. You can share this video to help someone. And hey, see you same time this week. And thanks for watching. Bye bye.